Okay. Okay. Right. Microphone testing. This is Tonal 777. Stream health. There we go. Probably try and merge between the two. I probably should try and have audio play in background whilst we're waiting. Master, sound effects. Bingo. There we go. Jesus Christ, that was quick. Right, okay. This could be a thing. Right. Just gonna go quickly make a quick community post. Constantly making new tabs. Right, so does it work? My YouTube videos. No. It does not. Well, hang on. No, there it is. And if I post in that, does that actually work? No. That has no usefulness. How about that? Right, okay. If I copy video URL, it's there. I can do that. Right. Right, okay. So we're live. Okay, close that tab. You go there. Right. Okay. Stream health, analytics. Stream is healthy. That's healthy. I can see everything. Brilliant. Okay. Perfect. So, hello guys, Mr. Jaeger here, and welcome to a bit of a test stream. So, this is Star Citizen, and I am a big fan of this game. However, the game is not a big fan of me, at least not yet. So, the reason why I'm saying this is because, basically, I'm trying to see if I can play this game and live stream it at the same time. Recording it is a bit of a pain, and depending on what I'm going to be doing, it may also be possible / improbable. Oh yes, I realize I can't see the viewers. Right, okay. Let me see if this works. Yeah, that's kind of fine. I'm trying to find the right balance between where I can plop the thing and where I can't. Okay, there we go. Oh, I don't really mind about like there we go. Right, that's perfect. Okay. So, that's there. That's there, good. So hopefully 30 frames per second, this will be fine. I can see 2 previews. Not sure how that's going to go, but hopefully with the opera working in the background, we can do something. So let's just go to best and pray to the golden throne it might work. I'm just like, any second now, the game's going to be like, and no, you won't. But still, we're here, we're doing, and Emperor willing, I'll have the bloody good reason to say sod doing anything productive next month and buy myself my upgrades. Oh, God. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. It's fine, it's fine. So yes, for those who are kind of hopping in, wondering what the hell am I talking about, hi, my name is Mr. Jaeger, and I am a YouTuber who is coming back after a bit of a lapse. Thankfully now in a job that is stable and able for me to be able to fully enjoy and work a regular schedule, which means live streaming now may become more of a factor. However, the thing I'm testing today is whether or not my rig can handle live streaming to Star Citizen. Current bitrate is higher. Is currently higher, I can imagine. I'm waiting for the stream to finish. Well, this thing to finish. Is it working? I can't tell. But what we will do is we'll try and see if we can figure out how best to. I mean, 30 frames a second is fine depending on what we're doing. I'm not that desperate for like the up to the oomph of like high quality live stream. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice, but I'm okay with my live streams being at like 30 frames per second, because like 30 frames a second is fine. It's not optimal. If I can push it to 48 frames per second, that'll be nice, but I'm not going to be like over demanding. Again, the game Star Citizen is a demanding game, and if you don't have quite the spec and setup, you're in for a bit of a treat. Oh, bugger. And I'm in the worst possible place. Shit. And I died. Well, that's one way to start Star Citizen livestream. Maybe this will take me back to the New Babbage. Maybe. I just realized something. My chat system is, yeah, restream chat. Let's turn that off. Well, no, it is on. No, we need that on because... Okay. Okay. Where am I? Horizon General. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we need to get the hell out of Dodge, i.e. the hair. Because Horizon is possibly the worst place for you to spawn at. But this is possibly the best test. Because it's like, well, this is the worst place I could possibly be. Look at the face. That face. That is the face only a mother can love. But then again, that is the face of someone who's had to deal with... I got 2 beacon suits, nice. That is the face of someone who has... Oh, okay. Can I get a slight zoom up? That is the face of someone who has got 16 gigs of RAM in his computer. 2 terabyte SSDs, RTX 2070. You know, good top of the line graphics. I say top of the line. Pretty solid graphics card. But 16 gig of RAM, DDR3 edition. That is the face of someone who is very, very much sick and tired of having his computer basically shit itself the moment I try and play this game. With many other games, it's okay. It does a fantastic job, and arguably there are points even in Star Citizen where I can actually do shit like this, and it's fine. But right, let me just quickly pop my suit on, pop my clogs on, and let me get the hell out of Dodge. I've had to set my graphical options to low, so sadly no volumetric clouds or oh, nice. I think he went to the wrong floor. Right. Well, thanks very much, game. We appreciate you saying that. Oh, patient checked in. Okay. Yeah, this is possibly the worst place for me. It's fine. We'll manage. We'll manage. I just need to get out of Horizon. It's very pretty. Sadly, well, to be fair, the volumetric clouds do kind of good and kind of bad. Good in the sense that it can improves performance and ensures that I don't lag to death because clouds are like beautiful but immensely draining to my system. And to a degree, it does make the environment look a little pretty because, you know, clear skies and whatnot. But on the other hand, it completely kills the entire reason for Crusader being here. The point of Crusader is it's literally 100% I'm a fucking volumetric cloud planet. If you don't have a volumetric cloud planet, I don't look like anything except just orb. And that is it. But still, it's a very pretty orb, and it has some very sensual music. I will wait here. But yes, this is the game I wanted to stream, and I said I would try and stream. And I will try and stream. But what I'll have to do is probably stuff I'm not really able to do. But to be fair, so far the stream is holding. I'm not doing anything apart from waiting inside Horizon with the low thingy settings, and more importantly, I don't have, and it's also on low graphical settings. Which, to be fair, in Star Citizen terms, is actually not that much of a difference. The real sort of difference, if you will say anything, is the, yeah, the real difference, if you will find any, is that there isn't any volumetric clouds. So, effectively, we're just floating for no reason. But it's fine. We'll be off this rock. Well, I say rock. Off this gas giant. And into the verse. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for. Maybe an hour, maybe 2. But primarily, it's just I'm trying to go back to maybe Microtech, maybe Area 18. I'll figure it out. Suffice it to say, it's not always going to be like this. Eventually, you will find that my video quality will improve somewhat once I upgrade my rig. Primarily, I'm going to be focusing on upgrading my, well, obviously the RAM. To DDR4. Probably also going to improve the CPU. It's not a bad CPU. It's an Intel i7 4790 running at 3.6 gigahertz. So it's a pretty beefy processor. But obviously, I got it back in 2014, 2015. So naturally, the quality of the it's definitely waned a bit since I got it. Apart from that, I think the motherboard is probably something I'm going to have to upgrade as well, which, again, I don't know much about motherboards. That's one of the things I'm somewhat lacking in. But what I can tell you is that it is definitely going to be current bit rate quite a lot. Use a bit rate.
Approaching next station. If this is your stop, please prepare to disembark.
That was higher. Okay.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
I still don't know much about bitrate.
Shuttle is approaching.
As long as it's healthy and you guys can see stuff.
Shuttle will be departing.
Ooh, music. Uplifting. I mean, Horizon is a beautiful location, but it's without a doubt the worst location in Stanton. Period. Like, if you had to look at the grand scheme of things, if I had to rate the best to the worst locations to be in, and I'm going to ignore lore reasons, because again, if you were looking in terms of like lore, then obviously Crusader is probably one of the better places, because this is genuinely a decent company trying to do its best, but fucks up in so many ways. So, oh, hello. Hopefully the live stream's fine. There's not any restrictions or anything. I see some people visiting and then leaving again, but I'm hoping there's no issues on my end or something that's not letting me.
If this is your stop, please prepare to disembark. Last call for passengers. The shuttle is
Ooh, I have an escort. Hello, Marines. Good luck in your travels. I am afraid I cannot join you because my computer game would die. So we need to... Damn, that's red hair! Anyway. August on no spaceport. I'm hoping I'm fine for that. It's probably not the smartest of ideas, but you know what? If I can do it... Do I have any audio? Am I heard? because if I'm not being heard, then there's no reason for me to stream this, because then I'm... Oh, I hear myself. I've got like my right hand up to my ear with my phone. Yeah, okay. No, I'm audio. I have audio. I have audio. Yeah. Victor Saltzpire plays Star Citizen for Sigma. Blessed Sigma must be prevalent in all things, including the future of mankind. What a spectacular view. No vile ratkin or chaos foul spawn shall besmirch this lovely land. Foul whale, you and your soft plushy nature shall not get the better of me. So far the stream is holding, which is incredibly encouraging. And considering that we're in Horizon as well, of all fucking places. I have a Titan.
Vehicle selected. Stand
Vehicle selected.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
07. Fantastic. Okay. So, let us select and move. So. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying about locations to sort of go to. So, if we're talking specifically gameplay orientated, then I would say Horizon is possibly the worst location you could go to, because first of all, you can easily die because you can fall off the bloody cliff. Like there's not really many ledges that would stop a player from just jumping off the fucking cliff. Just saying. The second thing that makes Horizon an absolute bitch in terms of navigation is the fact that it's extremely difficult to navigate in general. Like when you leave the hotel, there's no real ability for you to understand where the fuck you are in relation to the rest of the area. Like, you have no idea where the spaceport is. We're going completely as if you've never played the game before. You're the first time playing. You're basically just walking around trying to figure out where the hell to go. If you're lucky, you'll be around when one of those shuttle cars pulls up, and maybe you'll get in. But then maybe you won't. So you'll be guessing until eventually you'll figure it out. But there's a lot of time in between you figuring out the ability that you can, go from a shuttle to whatever, and being able to then figure out how to, get to the spaceport. It's just, it makes it incredibly difficult for anyone who doesn't know how to play Star Citizen to be able to figure out how to play this game. Especially if, for example... Whoa.
Thank you, and please visit again.
As I said, it's basically incredibly difficult for you to, or anyone, to figure out how best to get off this thing. And one fun fact, it is extremely difficult to figure out where you need to go, even as a veteran player like myself would say, to figure out where the hell you need to go in order to find the landing pad if you're coming in to Horizon. Oh, hello. Was he flying? Too far away. Okay. I would lock him to try and figure out what he's flying, but then I might get shot at. Well, no, technically speaking, I'm a zone, so fuck it. What is that ship? Oh, too late. Well, so far, so good. So far, this server has been rather pleasant. We are finding ourselves... Another ship. I know there's an event going on at the moment, but I can't play it. Like, I can't play it and stream it, sadly. I can do other things. We'll be testing out certain options, but at the moment, what I'm primarily going to be focusing on is right, service beacon, medical. Yeah. Finish Covalix delivery, bounty hunter, maintenance, mercenary, research, scan, help. It does not feel like we're that far away, does it? That's how big Crusader is. Right, let me zoom in a bit. Okay, OM1. Yeah, I still need to exit the atmosphere. GG. Okay. So far, so good. Well, we've gone from Horizon, which at this point, it was actually fairly well, you know, whatever. And so far, I'm able to live stream Star Citizen, which, pretty happy about that. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited about that. Right. So, as I was saying, we keep kind of getting sidetracked about the worst landing zones. So, as I was saying, the worst, and I'm going to preface this with an opinion. This is an opinion piece, so maybe you might agree, you maybe disagree. But feel free to put it in the comment section down below. So, Horizon, worst place for a player to play in, right? It's fucking maze, you know, absolute maze. No hope in figuring out whatever, you know, no hope in figuring out, however, yeah, get out. Good. So, what exactly else would you recommend? What would be the alternative to that? What's the least worst place for a player to start? Well, really, the battle of like the best place to be in terms of gameplay, and I say this with a weird, I say this as a determination factor. I personally believe that Microtech is the best place for someone to start. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, Jaeger, I have no idea what this Microtech is. What are you talking about? But if you're a Star Citizen veteran, you may also say, Jaeger, you're a moron. Because why would you go to Microtech, which is almost outside the Stanton system, if you're wanting to tell people to do stuff into it? Well, just because Microtech is on the near outskirts of the sector does not mean it's cut off from anything. If anything, it's often the testbed for really impressive and awesome technology. For example, we've, you know, the river technology, the atmospherics technology, the cloud technology, the fucking everything. Volumetric clouds, fucking, volumetric clouds following Crusader. River technology, I've already said river technology. Okay, river technology, we'll start from the top. River technology, volumetric clouds on a physicalized planet. Snow technology. The really awesome physics where you can see the wind and rain basically being smudged. That's pretty cool. A planet where there's a nice amount of cave systems. Now, of course, with 317.2 derelicts. There's a fair amount of stuff that... there's a fair amount of stuff which gives players the ability to sort of experience a totally enjoyable environment to play with and still be able to do some awesome, you know, and still be able to learn how to utilize their new world in a more efficient manner. Now, if I was ever to say like a second sort of top rated, like, we're going from, like, in my opinion, the best, and now we're going to go to the sort of middle rated, I would say Arccore would be the next option. Like, if I had to scale it, basically the worst would be Crusader, the best would be Microtech, and like the in between, the sort of like, yeah, you can, and it's not a bad idea, is probably Arccore. Because Arccore, while it's not really good because there isn't a location for ground vehicles, it is a pretty good location because it's fairly straightforward to navigate. It's got a pretty awesome cyberpunk, futuristic Coruscant-style city vibe to it. It does have quite a decent amount of... It has a decent... it has 2 planets, which means it's easy to navigate in terms of, what to do. So there's only 2, if you find that a bit of a problem. And it's it is closer to the center of the Stanton system. So, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a bad place to start, if you want to start in a sort of city urbanized area. The second to worst place, I would say, then would be Hurston. The reason why, despite Hurston having 4 planets, 4 moons in its system, is that Hurston is an incredibly toxic pile of crap. It has heavy levels of pollution. There are very few parts of the planet that has any kind of green onto it. It's impressive how shit it is. If it would ever get an award, it would get a turd in gold color. That's how much of a shit place it is. And in terms of gameplay, it is also affecting the player, because, for example, if you're trying to land on Arccore Nightside at night, it's actually quite easy. You can navigate yourself fairly well, and you can find where you're going. Once you get the lay of the land a bit, once you can familiarize certain terrain features. If you don't know what the airport looks like, then you might be in some trouble, but apart from that, you're all pretty gooch. For New Babbage, I will say one disadvantage is if you don't know what the space station looks like, and you don't know about the clues regarding, look to the trams to be able to find it, then obviously you may be in some troubles. So if you're visiting Microtech rather than coming from Microtech, you may find it's a bit difficult to land at night. In the daytime, it's much simpler, because obviously there is a giant fucking mountain with the things on it, but apart from that, it's not the most optimal. But it still is quite distinctive. Going into Lawville and on Hurston, now it is one small contained location. I will give it that. In terms of where you need to land, it's also fairly obvious where you need to land. There's a giant square with a whole bunch of markers, and yeah, I'll say that that's a good idea. It helps players identify where they need to go, and there's also not many other there's no other location within a fucking land site, so naturally that's where a player can land. Only this they throw into they throw this fly into the ointment, which is, hey, I noticed you have a somewhat big ship there. Is that a freelancer? Well, yes it is, says the pilot. And it's like, right, I hope you figured out how to fucking fold that freelancer, because we're going to put it into a hangar half its fucking size. And it's like, okay. And God help you if you're trying to fly something like a Freelancer Max, which is even fucking bigger. And it's like, they're like, oh, hello. I see you've got a Freelancer Max. You realize I'm going to have to give you the same size hangar that an Aurora would feel snug in. I'm just like, fuck you, Lawville. And then, of course, let's say you decided in the madness of your day that you decided to, hop into Lawville as a character. Now, yes, it's not as bad as Horizon, because you can't fall to your death as easily, but you will get lost, because if you wake up in the living habs, the first thing you're introducing yourself after you get out of your apartment is a very large room with no clear and discernible locations to really identify. Like, there is the elevator systems, of course, but again, let's think, you're a new player, you have no idea how to play this game. The tutorial system in Star Citizen is in fact quite shit. So you'll be spending a while, exploring and investigating that first room before you then even have to realize the fact that you'll be having to explore the other part. So when you finally make it downstairs and you're in the lobby, when you go out into the thing, you do get railroaded for the first room, but then you get given a fucking deviation path, and there's no clear discernible location to sign system to discern where the hell the train station is to get you to the space station. So there's just an incredible amount of if issues in terms of navigation to be able to get yourself from A to B. And in Lawville, it just makes the issue. Lawville just makes any form of navigation awkward. It doesn't make it impossible. It's nowhere near as bad as Horizon. I will say, I'm shitting on Crusader, despite I love them. In terms of like gameplay, I will agree that Horizon is possibly the worst place to start because there is no. It has no appreciation. You're fucked. You have no idea where to go. It doesn't tell you where to go, and you'll fall off more likely than you'll be able to find it. You're more likely to fall off the bloody thing than find the space station. It's a sad fact of life, It is sad. But whereas Microtech, New Babbage, there are giant signs everywhere. It's like Apple and Google combined. It's Oople. It's Oople. And Oople tells people where to go. It's very good at doing that. So you know exactly where you need to go, where you need to be, and how far you are away from any particular location so that you know where to go. And that's why I love Microtech. It's such a simple, easy, I don't have to think when I'm moving. I just look and I'm sorted. And it's wonderful. Now you may call me biased, and I might be biased, but at least I know if I'm a new player, I'll be in a good spot there. Meanwhile, the stream has been going extremely well. I've been able to live stream and ramble about my favorite place to start, and there have been no issues. I appreciate, though, that this particular state of play may not be applicable all the time, and I think a backup game may still be necessary, but, Emperor willing, this may not be a factor. Anyway. Ooh, pretty. Sadly, I will also have to look at this beautiful Earth and say, unfortunately, my computer just probably won't be able to stream it in high quality for a while. Though that said, at the end of this year, I will be upgrading my rig, so that is a fact. I know that theoretically I could wait till November to try and get maybe a deal, but at this point I'm like, no. I'd rather spend the money on something good quality, get it sooner, and then be able to enjoy playing this game at higher quality frames and at higher quality graphics. Right.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Sweet. It's easiest to navigate using meds. I mean, true. The medical location in Area 18 is pretty easy to navigate. Not a bad location. If you're gonna be, okay. Oh, the doors ain't quite open yet. Oh shit! No, it is. Oh. Okay, it would appear to be that my back exit is still open. That's a bit concerning. Has someone pilfered a ride off? You can buy and sell med supplies.
Landing complete.
I need to just
Doesn't stay.
size for that. True. Not a bad idea. I mean, to be fair, I was more like going to do some... I think my ship's a little bit buggered. My little ship. Right. I'm gonna store the ship. Probably is a safer option. Because I think it's slightly balked. In just a smidge. I am sell med supplies. I mean, true, the Titan is a pretty good size for that. Though, to be fair, I kind of use the Titan as more of a courier go-between. Because it has, as a stock ship, it has a pretty solid quantum drive. So, there we go. Was thinking more to going first-person shooty shoot. More to test to see whether or not I can go first-person shooty shoot. And the server is breaking. Yes, glorious. Right. Hey, server. Whoa, 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 oh, Charlie, it's your birthday. We on party like it's your birthday. Right, so I have suddenly not much cash. Wow, I've burnt through a lot of money. I'll be honest with you, trade is probably not something you should really focus on too much for 317.2, because we're going to get another wipe in 318. Once 318 comes along, oh god, yeah, that would be a good idea to hop into. But I can have a look. I mean, a friend of mine, actually, to be fair, I can actually tell you, a friend of mine today, we mucked around in Star Citizen earlier, and he was able to, what was it? Yeah, was it yesterday or was it? No, it was yesterday. Sorry. He bought some medical supplies. Yeah, so he bought some medical supplies from an outpost on Microtech, and yeah, on no, was it Microtech or was it Calliope? No, it was one of the Calliope areas. Yeah, and he bought the medical supplies there, went to New Babbage, sold. He got about he bought it for about 90k and made about and he sold it for like 115. So there are some. He made a decent profit. So trading is kind of there in Star Citizen. Whether or not it's any good, like for a die-hard trader, and I would say the FPS is all right in Star Citizen. Like I wouldn't say it's perfect. The AI is quite reactive to you, though. It's a lot better than it used to be. What am I doing? Gallery, yes. Like,
Ready to shift your perspective from the ordinary to the extraordinary.
like, nice. Right, let's go get some undersuit. Like, in terms of, just pure undersuits. Venture. Just want a black undersuit, like stone skin, but not aggro stone skin. I mean, we could take an Odyssey 2 undersuit, woodland. It's better than the one I have here, so that might do the trick. I mean, then again, it's not a bad. This isn't a bad suit if I can get the armor pieces right. Boom. Bum 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 bum. I do my room, spend the night together, cleaning up my room. There we go. Shame we can't have a white Noviakov backpack. That would be so cool. To be fair, white Noviakov suit would also be pretty fucking cool also. There you go. Now I feel adequately dressed. Perfect. But no, like, in terms of FPS, it's not a bad game for that. I'll agree there are better first-person shooters out there, but in terms of, like, what we're expecting to have, it's a pretty solid experience, considering you can do a fair amount of other stuff besides.
From breathtaking views, incredible dining, to unmatched shopping, Crusader is calling. Stay at the luxurious accommodations, tour Empire-class shipyards, and bask in a...
Ah, much better. Right. Okay. Do I have any guns whatsoever? Methinks no, but methinks... Oh, yes, I do. I have one. Do I have ammo for it? No. El fuck attack. Well, I have a P4 with 30 rounds, one would assume. Hello. To be fair, once... have you figured out a way to calibrate an Xbox for FPS bunker play? I'm afraid I don't really use the Xbox controller at all in Star Citizen. I've heard people use the Xbox controller, but I've heard it more for turret play than anything. Right. Let's pop my helmet in. I might have to go to Microtech to grab some ammo. Like, I just need to buy a bulk ammo for Microtech, or perhaps go to another. You know, I kind of fancy going to another station. I've been to Microtech enough times this particular patch. Let's go to another one. Yeah, sure. Classic dog, why not? Nom 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 nom. Do 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 do. I somehow still have the sausage roll in my hand today. Eat that properly, or have I just eaten it and I've already? Yeah, I've already. Oh, this is wondrous. Right, I can drop the thing at least. Yeah. Someone's almost dead. We do probably need to. What do you think about the new station nav deal? You mean the new stations to navigate to? I like them. The more content in Star Citizen, the better.
Lab 2 is off limits to all staff until further notice. No one go into Lab 2.
Ooh, that's a bit worrying. No, like, it's a... Right, where's that medical gun? Paramed device. Right, I'm gonna buy some, like... Yeah, I've not got much. I had like 6 million yesterday. GG.
Nice choice.
Well, looks like we've lost some money. Oh well. New station now. There you go. Is it in my backpack? Yes, it is.
Ready to get your care quicker?
Oh, how you get to a station? Oh, you mean like the new landing? Like instead of having landing pads, you've got like the Yeah, I get you now. Sorry, I'm being dense. No, let's.
Anyone has seen a green and black carry-all, please contact the front desk.
Right. You know what? We'll split one more. There's a medical gun.
Attention, emergency staff. Got an accident inbound. It's a pretty big one, so team stand by.
Multiple jump points rather than points to the bays rather than the pads. I think. Yeah, no, I like this thing because it is a prelude to.
At Kelto RX,
It is.
medicine isn't only about
In my opinion, it's a good thing because basically it makes sense that it's the slow transition before we get personal hangars. Because the pads, while the pads are useful because it's expedient, I think it's a good idea that we have the hangars because it's our own form of security.
Welcome
And it
to the
also means
ASOC
that there's no one who's
Vehicle
just going to
System.
fly ships smack bang into you. And there's no one going to try and, you know, pinch into your ship or whatever stupid thing like that. You know what I mean?
Vehicle
Like,
selected. Stand by.
it's something that I feel as a concept, it's a nice touch, you know. And sure, it means you have to spend a few more time hopping in like hangar bays and organizing that sort of stuff. But again, eventually there'll be more things you can do in the hangar bays that'll give you the ability to do stuff. Also, I'm a little bit concerned about this server, considering it's taking a long ass time to do anything. So it may 30k. But that's fine. We've eaten food. We've done what we need to. Ooh, I can't even move. I think the server's about to shit itself. That's fine. We're in a pretty solid location. I'm not trying to buy something. I'm not in the middle of a mission. So worst case scenario, the server dies. We hop into another one. I can't do anything. I'm actually stuck as well. Lol.
Welcome to the ASOT vehicle retrieval. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Okay. And the server's just decided to take a massive... But yeah, I'd say that's a pretty solid choice. I mean, to be fair, one thing I'm looking forward to in the future is the drones. Because if you see here, these particular drones here, like, one day you'll be loading up into a bay, and instead of like just having your bog standard like, well, I'm just running into my hangar bay and getting into my own ship and then taking off and doing whatever, I'm actually going to be like, okay, so I need to make some food checkups, make sure that, you know, the ship's, you know, engines are still okay, make sure the maintenance and stuff. And you could argue that means, you know, you could, I don't know what, is there a station here? There is. You know what, let's go to Long Forest Station. I've not been to this place. My quantum engine is very low. Oh, nice. Nice. There we go.
Landing gear raised.
What do you think about it, though? Do you like the idea? Do you think it's a good idea? Be curious to see what your opinions are on that.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Alright, Michael to... Go quickly grab myself a drink. I will be back in a moment. And I have returned. And that is the sizzle of my tango. No, I'm not making it up. It is legitimately a tango. Which, to be fair, is actually quite thirst quenching. It's more thirst quenching than Fanta. How do I know such this fact? Well, years ago, I was at a reenactment event, and it was hot. It was the hottest event I've ever been to. And it was so boiling. We were given, like, drinks and drinks, and nothing could quench the thirst. When I got given a cold tango, though, oh. I mean, to be fair, the last couple of patches, they have been focusing a lot on bug fixing, as well as a decent amount of content. I won't lie, the game is definitely in a case of, oops. I would agree that there are some occasions where the game does decide to go doolally pop. But I think I mean, they, you know, I think there have in recent months, the game, in my opinion, has actually been far more playable than previously. I also realize that the chat is not working in the stream. So it is absolutely pointless me showing the chat here.
Quantum drive is now off.
I'm like, thinking to myself, I'm like, hey, I can showcase the chat so people can see what I'm talking about. And then I realize, no, in actual fact, no.
Quantum drive is now off.
Right, let's explore this location, shall we? Like, I will agree in, like, previous...
Quantum drive is now off.
Right, where be the station? Mick L2. Supposed to be a station around there, and there it is. There we go. Long Forest Station. So, no, I would say the stations... I would say...
Quantum drive is now off.
What's this? That looks new. Yeah, this is new. What is this? This looks different. It almost looks like a fuel refinery station. If I could hazard a guess. But no, I would say Star Citizen is probably in the process of getting to a proper, like, into a major stage. Because bearing in mind, we're getting closer and closer to 4.0. You know, that's the penultimate patch. You know, it's a bit like the fabled dream. You know, it's the, when 4.0 comes out, everything will be fine. And I'm not going to say that the game is going to be hunky-dory and everything that could potentially go wrong will never go wrong and it will all be lovely. Of course not. But in the grand scheme of things, there have been some pretty substantial improvements made. I mean, the fact that we can now have 100 players in a single server at any one point. I mean, come on, look, 77. Just think about last year when, having just 50 players was too intense for the servers. So I would say we're in a bit of a decent state. This is definitely a fuel refinery.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
I'm curious. Oh, hello. You can tell these are the new stations. They look way not shinier.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright, there we go. Make a landing. Oh, that looks so cool. I mean... Oh, that was almost a perfectly thing. To be fair, I don't think... Like, I don't know. I would say Star Citizen is one of those games which... I mean, to be fair, the controls I use is fairly simplistic, so I suppose it can be doable. I mean, in terms of... to be fair, I would say yes and no, there are some good things. Yes, there are some pretty impressive things. Oh my god, my frames. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm like 60 frames per second, which probably means smooth for you as well. The thing is, 100 players on a server, yes, you could say whoop-de-fucking-do. There isn't really much to do. But it's the concept of what you can do with more than 50 people. Like, for example, if you were part of an org, that means there's a bigger chance of a bigger org event occurring. Hello. Welcome to the... Ooh. Oh, wow. There's a new station. I love exploring new stations. Right.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Controller support is something, though, that I would say... I don't mind waiting. I'll be exploring for like 7 minutes, so it's all good. I will concur that controller support is nice, but I wouldn't say controller support is... Oh, yeah. I don't know. Like, the thing is, when it comes to controller support, on the one hand, if you're doing just FPS stuff, then maybe that's okay. But I would say controller support really kind of hampers you when it comes to stuff like flying. I suppose it really depends on what your playstyle is. But I think controllers would be a bit of a nice bonus, but nothing... Yeah, see, I don't see me switching to a left stick and a mouse. But to be fair... I'm keyboard for life, pretty much both in first-person shooting and in the flying. Though to be fair, the flying side of things is more like I just ended up preferring mouse and keyboard over joystick. I do have a joystick arrangement, and I have flown Star Citizen in joystick style, but I basically, after a very long time of not going with joystick, I ended up sort of falling into mouse and keyboard settings. So there are some games I will hop on. I will get a controller to play on with, like maybe Red Dead Redemption. And then again, that one I also recently, the last time I played that, I was working mouse and keyboard. What game would I just naturally play with a controller? Monster Hunter. That was it. Monster Hunter is a game I would play with a controller. Right, so there's the elevator. Interstation transit. Guessing you're just... Oh yeah, they're the other things. So, wait, what? I went from there, so what's here? Ooh. Oh, there's the easy habs. Ah, fair enough. Juice bar. Oh, it looks so kind of crappy, but wonderful at the same time. I love it. I mean, it'll never beat Levski in terms of like shoddiness, but I do love the cramped nature of this place. Oh, fair enough. I mean, if I go options, controls, bindings. Oh, there is a gamepad option. But I'm guessing the moment you try and use the gamepad option, yeah, I can't calibrate it, it just goes nuts. Oh, that's a bit sad. Oh, it's a refinery. Ooh. Fair enough. Say no more. Also, hello. Drake Interplanetary. I guess I know who owns this station. So it's a refinery station. Beautiful. Ooh. Want to explore? Hello. Oh, nice. Little nook and cranny and lootables. One day. Oh, that makes sense. I would count that as a legit reason to want to play the game. I mean, okay. So the way I like things, and this is a very strange thing. Hopefully, I'm not the only one, but I feel like I am. I actually prefer places that aren't clean in a sci-fi game. Like, I absolutely 100% hand on my heart. I see they've run out of budgeting with this place after a certain point. I absolutely, hand on my heart, love the planet, or the Levski settlement. Oh, hello, what's this? UEC banking. Hand scanner, free withdrawals. God. I guess you don't use debit cards in this place. Or credit cards. But no, like, Levski was basically my number one favorite location to be. Sadly, it's not in the game anymore. It's not been for maybe a couple years now, but I loved it. Yeah, it is. the used, abused, and probably hasn't been maintained for certain years sort of look, I fucking love. Oh, weapon store. Other weapon store. Let's see what we can get here. P4 gallon. White gallon. Nice. BR shotgun. Kana? Is that a Kana? No, that looks like a shotgun. Yeah, Night Stalker shotgun. Looks pretty cool. Then, of course, the BR2. But that obviously is not the all of the story. There's also beef chunks. Suppressor, S38 magazine, boneyard rifle, boneyard S71. I feel sad I can't use the Gallant anymore. Well, I say I can't use the Gallant. Of course I can use the Gallant, but it's not as good as it used to be. Which is a bit of a shame. I will purchase some ammo for my gun, though. As well as some Medipen. Let's say... 41. Perfect.
Good purchase.
And you, I will buy about 50. 65? Yeah, sure. Why not? 65. 65 magazines worth of that. Because why not? I may also think about purchasing a separate rifle, but... it's more of a skin than anything. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Right. Is there anything else I need to buy? Oh, they have got the EM... Ah, they have an EM mod stabilizer too. Nice. Okay, so this is a good place to buy gallons if you want to get a gallon. I will buy some 6 packs of beef chunks.
Good purchase.
And a Cruise Lux, which provides both nutrition and hydro. Oh, excuse me. But no, Levski was my absolute favourite place to visit, and I cannot wait to be able to go back to it. It is one of the most beautiful planets, and it was one of the most beautiful places to be. It was so worn down. There was, like, bits of cable everywhere. There was, like, barely functioning ventilation systems. Oh, there was all sorts. Ah, it was a dream. It was an absolute dream. And it was like everywhere you went, it just patchwork and shoddy quality. And there was this marketplace that you could visit, and there was so much... Oh, there was so much about it that was incredible. And I just... Oh. Whoops. Well, I almost died. It felt genuinely like the best fucking thing. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Nice to see. See, when 318 comes out, we're going to probably be doing more of this, working industrial jobs. They're on parade. Right, let's see what this particular station does better at.
Hey, back again, I see. Welcome.
Welcome. Hello, it's been a while.
Finding everything all right?
I am, thank you very much. Refinement Center. Woof. Woof. That is not good. Everything else is fine, but my God, you will not get a good deal with Quantanium here. Ooh, no, thank you. I guess this is one of those places where it's like if you don't want to set if you're on the outer edges and you want to get something refined, there you go. Have a lovely day. I don't know why I just said that. just I just went into full worker mode there and just like, have a lovely day. Isn't it wonderful to be part of the glorious United Earth Empire? Ooh, medical. Let's see what they got. Defibrillator pack. Oh no, that's the defibrillators. What are you? Oh, blood pressure probably. Gauze, sterile, latex-free, sterile, biohazard, fire extinguisher. Yeah, it's all the things that are standard. Yeah, to be honest with you, it's if I'm ever paying for something, because I've worked in retail for so long, there comes a point where like there's some things that are just automatic. Like you'll just be talking, you'll just say to yourself as you put your card into the like, you know when you go to pay for food or if you're on shopping and you can't use contactless, so you put the card in and like without you even thinking about it, I'll be like, if you'd like to put your pin in, please, thank you very much. And it was just. I'm just staring at, like, this woman, this person who was serving me just looked at me for a second, and I'm like, I just walked away after I just paid for the shit and walked away, and I'm like, I'm never going there again. Or probably I should say, I'm not going there until my stupidity can be forgotten. And I only go to self-serving. That's the one handy side about self-serving, is if you mutter yourself something about, you know, putting your card in, at least, you know, you're the only one who does it to himself. By the way, as I am very fortunate for my first live stream since returning to have a viewer, could you let me know what the quality of the stream is like? I'm still in the process of testing. Hell, this entire stream is primarily just a test bed. So, if my live stream is coming across alright, do let me know. If it's smooth, simple, the voice is not too loud over the game, and hopefully the game itself is not there, because I've not seen any significant, like, errors pop up on the stream. It's recommending to me to lower the bitrate a lot, but I'm not seeing any issues on the OBS Studio, nor am I seeing any dropped frames on OBS Studio, nor am I seeing anything on the website. And the game itself is being really smooth today. So it's kind of like 3 factors into one. Though effectively all I've done really in this live stream is just do some small shit. I've not actually done anything. So we are gonna try and head over now to do some actual shooty shoot. I'm gonna try and have to hop onto Microtech or wherever they assign me to. Right. We could explore Mikael 4, but I think probably what more is applicable. Priority, no, of course. I can't go there. Okay.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
You are clear to launch.
Nice. That is reassuring to hear. Well, that's the benefit of buying myself a new microphone. This is the Tonal 777, which, upon an initial Google, was apparently reported to be the most optimal microphone for the cheapest of price. And I only spent like 35 quid on this, and I will say this has been 35 quid extremely well spent. Right, let's head back to Microtech. We don't need to, like, Alright, so this place is a bit shit for Quantum. Sorry, Quantanium.
Thank you.
But
Please visit again.
so yeah, there's a chance what I might do is if the game, if Star Citizen is, like, exceptionally bad or exceptionally laggy, I might try and hop into another game which isn't as demanding. Or I might have days where I hop into another game to sort of offset Star Citizen, seeing how things go. But yeah. Obviously, again, I will be attempting to upgrade my rig, but, you know, we shall see. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to try and do some FPS stuff around Microtech, because as much as I know that we're getting a Widebin 318, I don't think it's going to affect our reputation. So, bunker missions, ahoy, ahoy. Awesome. I mean, to be fair, all I'm really doing is I'm not going to glorify any particular things. I pretty much copy pasted the settings that they recommended, and the only real change, if anything, is that I've instead of having a 60 frames per second at 720 pixel, instead I'm like rolling a 30 FPS, which seems to be better. On some games, like say let's Factorio for one of them, I probably would up the frame rate to like 48 frames per second, because obviously that game is, while immensely demanding on a CPU side of things when I initially boot it up, thanks to all the mods I've got for it, it isn't as bad for once you've loaded it up. It's actually really smooth. Right. We have arrived. Okay. Let's see what contracts we can get here. Boarding action in progress. Crew members missing. Search cargo collection. It's 9,000. Stello land. Well, there's seize the data, which is the Black Kite mission. And there's the North Rock Retrieval Service. Have I accepted that other mission? Yes, I have. Right, okay, tracking. Right, looks like we need to... Okay, so it's 100 and... So it's over on the other location. So what I'm probably going to need to go to do is... head over to Port Tressler, which, Emperor, be praised. It looks like we can get there very easily. Yes, we can. And I'll hop into... Oh, God. My brain is wanting to have a fucking... You're not going to believe... Oh, no. I'm beginning to like the fucking Cutlass Black again. My brain was like, yeah, I'll just get in the Cutlass Black and that'll be fine. I'm like, I don't want to like the Cutlass Black. It's a good ship, but I don't want to like it. There's like other ships, you know? Like, oh God. You know what? I'm going to call it the Warden Syndrome. But basically, the thing I wanted to avoid when it comes to the Cutlass Black, it's not a bad ship. I may try and make it sound like it's a bad ship. It's not. I'm just being awkward. But the thing is, when I played Star Citizen years ago, I actually owned like there was a ship which I was excessively proud of, and I absolutely loved, known as the Vanguard Warden. And it was a brilliant ship. I loved it. It was I fucking loved this ship. It was one of those ships that I was like, I used for everything. But the problem was I used it for everything. So every contract, every mission, everything. I never used anything else. And there was loads of other ships in my fleet that I wouldn't touch for months on end. And I realized after a very long period of time that I realized I needed to diversify my ship selection. So I upgraded the Warden Vanguard for the Carrack, which then I would then later upgrade. What did I upgrade that to? Yeah, I upgraded the Carrack for the A2 Hercules.
Landing gear deployed.
Like, I'm not going to deny, the Cutlass Black is an exceptional vessel. It has everything you need. It has a cargo bay. It's got an efficient... it's got a beautiful turret system. Like, it needs improvement, to be fair. It needs a renovation. But, for what it's worth, it is an exceptionally useful piece of kit. And I hate the fact that it's so useful, because it kind of just reminds me of my Vanguard Warden syndrome, where I would just use nothing but that ship. So I've been avoiding buying the Cutty, because I know I'm only going to use that. Whereas if I don't have the Cutlass Black, I think, oh, I'm going to have to think about what I want to take with me. And that's when everything becomes a little bit more interesting, because you're not just automatically resorting to the Cutlass Black. It's a very strange excuse for not getting a Cutlass Black, but the problem is I've been playing with a friend of mine who has a Cutlass Black, and so now I want to get a Cutlass Black. It's such a good ship, though. I can't lie. I genuinely can't lie. It is a very good ship. A little overkill, but I think it's worth it.
Stand by. Your vehicle has been
Yeah, it
delivered to the
is.
following
It is.
location.
It's such a good ship, and it's durable. It's rugged. It's pleasant. It's the most. I think. You know what? Genuine question. I think the Cutlass Black is probably the most successful vessel in Star Citizen. I'm gonna throw that out there. If you ever meet a friend of yours,
Please visit
or
us again.
any kind of friend, ask him a simple question, which is, you know, what. You know, if you had the choice between a Cutty Black and any other ship to do any kind of mission, it's really hard to find an excuse not to use the Cutlass Black. Hello? Oh, no wonder the game audio was a bit quiet. Just realized, right, if I mute that down, then there isn't any audio doubling. Fantastic. I think the Freelancer Max is a very good ship. I think it's very good if you're wanting to get into cargo runs, as well as right. Let me just quickly. Right, you go there. You see, the thing is, I will say I used to have a Cutlass Black. But the thing is, I had a pretty shitty time with it when I was attempting to use it for rock mining. Let's split this off even more. I probably want to go for like... Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's pretty solid. You see, rock mining is a bit of a problem because that's the point. I can just can grab the drinks from here. Where's the... No! Should be a button here. Used to be a button there, and now there's not. Unless they've disallowed us the ability, or my game isn't as good. No, the thing is, I have a problem with the Cutlass Black. The one thing I would say that the Cutlass Black is exceptionally lacking in is an adequate cargo bay ramp. The cargo bay ramp in the Cutlass Black is abysmal, primarily because when you want to drive an ROC into the back of it, you have to be extremely precise. Like, I'm talking, you have to make sure that the thing snuggles in like a rug on a bug in a slug, because otherwise you end up with the wheels impacting onto the side or damaging the side, and thus you bugger your Cutlass Black to be cursed to have its back end open all the time. And when I tried flying the Cutlass Black, when I tried flying the Cutlass Black with the ROC, it was during that time where the ROC had this wonderful glitch where the mining laser would shoot up 90 degrees right into the roof of the Cutlass Black, leaving it, again, damaging both the ROC and the Cutlass Black. Yeah, exactly. Whereas a really beautiful vessel, which I still have a lot of emotional feelings for, but I haven't flown in quite some time, is the Valkyrie. I love the Valkyrie. It is a beautiful dropship. It's got the right kind of size. It's got the right kind of depth. It feels great to fly. I've got my best air-to-air kill in it. You know, it's a good ship. Utrecht. Let's see. Utrecht. Ooh, that went dark. So, like, the Valkyrie is one of my favorite dropships in the game, without a shadow of a doubt. It just works beautifully. I don't have the tractor beam attachment. Not so fast. As long as I can just track shit, I'll be fine. If we're lucky, we'll have some shooty shoot. But like, okay, nothing so far. Good. Okay, closest place is, if we go to OM2, that's halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Sorry. Where it be? Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Oh, look, there's Devon's. Okay, so we'll go to Devon's scrap and salvage, and then we'll. If you throttle the.
Initiated.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, the Freelancer Max would be a really nice ship to have in my garage. To be fair, once 318 drops, I might be more civilian in next patch. Who knows? Like, this particular patch, I'm feeling like I have to make a big fuss about shooty shoot. But in anything else, I might be like, you know what? Let's just take it easy. You know, let's go more civvy. Become a bit more of a. You know, take a chill pill and just fly, you know? Enjoy the verse as it is. Oh, this is a beautiful ship. This ship is definitely a nice vessel. Redeemer is a Chad. Here's a question for you. As you are an experienced man with things, what are your opinions on the ROC DS? I kind of feel like the ROC DS is probably the better option for mining. Sure, it's more laborious because instead of having a singular vehicle with a very small mining laser and you're open and exposed, the ROC DS offers you an option of, first of all, much more container space. Second of all, it's a self-contained unit within a thing. So, for example, if you're on a particularly cold planet, you won't have to worry about freezing or being overheating, as long as you stay inside the little buggy thing. And when you go mine, you're on a much more stable platform than you would if you're utilizing the scaffolding that the ROC OG is using. And I kind of feel that the ROC DS is the superior option of the two. I will agree it's a bit of a joke, when especially since when they tried to make it seem like it was when they advertised it. Unfortunately, that is definitely a lost point for Star Citizen when they advertised that. But in terms of like, a good vehicle, I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I used it a few times when I was. I used it to mine a few times when I was rolling with the, because it could work. I believe you could put it into the Valkyrie, because it would only go in the Valkyrie. But it was such a good combo. Valken ROCDS was lovely. Took some time to get out. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. When you found a place, yeah, it does need to be run by 2 players, but technically speaking, you could do the same with an Argo Mole. You can solo mine with an Argo Mole. I would say you can run the DS. You could run the DS solo, and sure, it would be less efficient. But to be honest, I would say it's more usable as a solo than say a Mole's solo. You know what I mean? Like, if you find a good location, sure, you have to get out and get to the mining laser, but you don't have to travel as far. You get perched up into a much higher, seating platform, and you mine downwards. You get far more storage space. It's actually quite the solid solo miner. It's not its intended purpose, but I think it's quite a solid solo miner. Right, I see the wreck. I've never been able to mine efficiently or at all with a Margo Mole solo. I had one for a monthly subscriber thing. I couldn't get the fucking thing to work. Oh, here we are. Caterpillar, it would seem. And it would be better to probably land... Sadly, it's probably easier for me to get a visual this way. That definitely looks like an impact. Unless that's a rock. That's a rock. Minable's rock down there, but... I mean, sure, you can customize the setup of the Argo Mole, but you still have to find a place for it to... when it comes to mining, there are some rocks that you just cannot mine on your own. Oh, there's the crash site. Assume... Are there people there? Well, if there are any, then I've just announced my presence to them absolutely. Well, whatever squatters' rights they had, they're about to be introduced to another person.
Landing gear deployed.
I cannot wait for the day. I cannot wait for the day that I have to basically come to a wreck as fast as I can and argue the toss about salvaging versus I just want to pick up a goddamn package from a scabby little player with a motley crew of young twats who just want to meme all day. And I'm so glad I realized now I haven't got my helmet on. Right, let me just pop my helmet on. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Right, let's see. Probably shouldn't do this, but just in case. Weather cools down just... Well, weather chills. Okay, I'm not on the right planet for this. Alright, let's see. Cargo. This isn't the first Drake interplanetary ship I've seen crashed on the ground. Hey-oh! What? Yes, it just said... MI max. Iron 2, just in case one breaks down. Okay. I mean, it's doable. I'm not saying you can't run a... Alright, it's just about cool over here. Would say would one mean? I mean, to be fair, you're not wrong. Ooh, someone has not had a good day with that. I mean, I'm not going to deny that the ROCDS has its flaws. No, it's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, it's personal preference. If you enjoy working with the ROC, it's still a solid, reliable piece of kit. It's just... If I were to utilize mining, a ground mining vehicle in Star Citizen, I probably would lean more towards utilizing the ROCDS, just because it's more storage. It's just more storage, more. Right, let's get ourselves. Oh, there's the cargo. Yeah. Right, in cover it would seem I'm okay. Let's explore this place. Just in case. Let's see what we got. We've got some random bits of salvage, some random bits of gear. Not entirely sure what this is, but I'm a nabbit. Any do some lootables? No? Okay. I probably could move the ship. Yeah, I'm gonna move the ship a bit. I don't have any cargo bays inside the ship though, so if this is a Cutlass Black, this will be less difficult. Oh, using the storage on the RSE gets your gems lost. Ah, okay. I hadn't encountered that problem. But to be fair, hearing about it from other players, that doesn't surprise me too much. Right, there's a cargo bay slot. Right, let me just wipe my glass clean. Let's go park my ship a little bit better. There's no enemies here, so we can kind of relax a bit. Well, to be fair, the persistence thing should be for like 30k crashes now. Should be fine. Should. I'm not saying it is. I'll be honest with you. A good opportunity would be we should probably test this. We should probably have a testing. Yeah, I think. Okay, tell you what. When 3.18 drops, we'll have a bit more of an in-depth look as to whether or not ground mining is viable, or if it's better just to roll with like a prospector. I mean, obviously, in the grand scheme of things, you want to up your game to something like a prospector versus then eventually a mole. But if, for example, you like the concept of rolling around with the ROCDS and ROC with a Cutty Black, you know, it would actually be kind of nice maybe if I should try that again. Maybe, you know, just work myself set myself up around Daymar and just fly around using the trading stations on that. Might be a plan.
Please, somebody help! These outlaws came out of nowhere and opened fire!
I made me jump. The fuck? Do we have enemies here? Unless you're talking about... Unless there's another station somewhere. Looks like... Tell you what, let's grab what we can and skadoosh. Woo! Oh no, okay. That blows. Well, here's hoping 318 when 318 drops. Well, that kind of issue won't happen that much. I'm not saying it's completely immune from happening, but at the same time, here's hoping, you know. Alright, let's pop you down over here, shall we? I mean, to be fair, once one thing I'm curious about actually is will we get some kind of ground mining? Will ground mining be considered more of a thing in the future, or will this only be like a little silly side project, and that the real mining is only done in space? Because while, and when I say mining, the real mining, I mean I'm talking like, do you stick around with ships like, or with ground vehicles like the ROCDS / any other dedicated ROC? Or do you get like another... Oh, bloody hell. Do you get some other kind of ground mining vessel that's like more efficient? You know, something like a Tonk mining vessel or something like that, you know. Like, can you imagine the, a mining vehicle using the Tonk chassis? You know, like that kind of shit would be so dope. Oops. Let me just pop you over here. There we go. Right. Scoop. I think there's like one box left. Where are we going? That's the line. Oh, that's the time. Okay. Alright, we'll pop you here. And we'll look up. Oop. That's cool. There's Microtech. That must be Calliope. Anything else? No? I said, I think there's like... Oh, no, nothing in there, nothing in there. Might be something in there, but... Eh. It's quite a cold place. Won't be long before my character freezes to death. Yeah, true. To be fair, the scanning is actually working out quite well. It's not like, you know, the most amazing thing to mankind, but it definitely is a serviceable job. Alright. Bob. Whee! I'd like to see, yeah, to be fair, I would like to see some more, you know, salvageable, I mean, to be fair, salvage. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, no. No, 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 no. You will not take me today, Glitch. No, sir. Well, I'm just loading up random bits of junk that comes on the planet. Like, it's like a bunch of general goods and supplies and whatnot. I'm sort of making some money, additional money, and alongside what this character, alongside what they've requested. Like, this company's requested me to retrieve a specific bit of cargo, but I've also found, like, whatever the hell this is, whatever the hell that is, all of these things. So rather than just come in, pick up the one item that they want me to, I'm like, I might as well I might as well grab what I can and get a bit of a profit out of it. I'm probably one of those boring players. I will warn people. I probably should have warned these guys in advance. I am one of those kind of players that may be incredibly boring to some, because sometimes I don't want to rush. I want to take my time. I want to look around. I want to get as much of a profit as possible. So if I spend, like, I don't know, oh, whoops. If I spend, like, there you go. If I spend somewhere in the region of, like, 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes just doing what I'm doing right now, then, yeah, you're doomed. Oh, they removed that. Bastards. Ah, that, unless it's a detail that I don't get because of, from medium to sad, but I'm not that fussed. Right, now hopefully the bay that I put them in is actually a bay I can use. Oh wait, hang on. Did I close it before I fuck around too much? Well, true. I am in a weird way acquiescing to your trade request in a really long-winded way of doing it. To be fair, I'm not too sure what trading nodes would be the better to go for, but, you know, we'll find out together. Because obviously, if we can get a trading node that allows us to mine the stuff... What was that? Oh, God. I get the jippies when I'm on these planets. Even though I know there's nothing on this game. There's no aliens in Star Citizen. There's no monsters, there's no zombies, there's no anything. I still get edgy.
Landing gear rejected.
Yeah, true. Oh, that's Microtech. So what is that? That must be Calliope then. Huh. Maybe. I mean, there is a fridge full of food in there, so... Well, it looks like it wants me to drop off at New Babbage anyway. Even though now I don't have a UI screen for it. At least I have the visual, the audio cues. I just tend to spend forever looking for the button that says close all exteriors. I mean, that's just me being lazy more than anything. Right, another test. Can I go to New Babbage while attempting to live stream Star Citizen. Is it wanting me to drop off at... Oh, it's at one of those locations. Question. Is it wanting me to drop off inside... Let's see. It could be that I need to land at Microtech or New Babbage, or it might be that I'll have to find a separate landing zone, and then Bob's your uncle sorted. We'll find out in a second. If you look at this city, though, like, look at how pretty this is. And again, if you know what you need to... If someone tells you what to look for... Look, I can immediately see where... Yeah, that looks like it's part of the... Oh, no. No, I think I know where that is. That's not on... Yeah, that's not in New Babbage. Because it would be in around there-ish. It looks like it's in on one of the buildings. Alright, so we can drop off the mission package at least. If only they would put window wipers in this game. You'd think we would come up with a means of window wipers. Still good. How tight's the landing pad? Not that big. I will not lie. That does not look appealing. I mean, it's getting bigger the more I see it, but the more I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm gonna have to probably sugar wing this a bit. I mean, the Redeemer isn't that huge, but it is bulky. Well, this is just cargo collection. Like, the mission... So the mission I accepted... Hang on, let's see. Yeah, cargo collection. Montreal Express Shipping. So it was just in the search tab. This is really fucking tight. Right. Backing up, backing up, backing up, lowering down, and poof. Right. Whew. No, true, but the issue is, unlike the Cutty Black, the Redeemer has two giant fucking engines on the side, which makes any kind of landing awkward. Cutty Black, all she has to worry about is those two VTOL engines, which, in all honesty, is not that hard to work around. Whereas the Redeemer is literally like, my elbows are sticking out wherever I go. Oh, yeah, no, to be fair, in terms of, like, firepower, I would rather take a firepower of a Redeemer than I would ever a Cutlass Black. But at the same time, it's like, whee! Hey, I'm here to drop your shit off. Look at the reception I'm getting. There you go. Huzzay. Successful mission, and the supply has been done. 9,000 Alpha UEC has been transmitted to our account. Job well done. Now, let's go see if we can sell that other stuff. Yeah, I probably will keep the Redeemer. I don't have much use for it, but I do want to keep it. When I say I don't have much use for it, it's a really good ship if I'm working with some friends. But I probably want to try and find like a nice middle ground ship. I've yet to find the nice middle ground ship, you know, so that I can personally just fly on my own and work a lot of contracts with. All right. Right, let's see where New Babbage is. Well, Microtech's New Babbage. Yeah, I can't speak where the spaceport is from here. Right, where's the Aspire ground? There it is. And wherever that looks, that's where the spaceport is. Right, once we've landed, hopefully we won't have to worry too much about once we get there, we should hopefully be able to... So far, the cargo bay in this thing isn't too bad. That's the road. Let's approach this. Come on.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Okay, looks like we've gotten... Oh, it's one of those ones. It's one of them big ones. I like it very much. What are they giving us? Ah, not quite Hurston, but not quite... not quite Lawville, but not nice. Actually, to be fair, it's not so bad. There are worse ones to have. Yeah. No, actually, yeah. No, I was being a bit over-judgmental. I'd say this is a pretty decent one.
Engines offline.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Another successful landing. Not a bad hangar. Microtech's hangars are very nice, very simple, very simplistically beautiful. Again, I mean, New Babbage is probably my favourite location in the verse at the moment. I'm hoping, obviously, when we start going to places like Pyro, that we might encounter something more exciting, more, you know, enjoyable, whatever. But obviously, the downside of Pyro is we've got absolutely no security. So I'm imagining there's probably going to be an uptick in piracy activity. Well, naturally, there's going to be an uptick in piracy activity.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
True. Let's store. And...
sure to explore.
Na 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 na.
The latest in cutting-edge technology.
Yeah, Redeemer is probably the solid choice between the two. Like,
Has a lot going on today.
the Redeemer is a very solid choice. I'm not gonna get rid of that ship. I don't think I will. I don't think I'm gonna upgrade from that ship because I think for what you're gonna want to do with some friends, like 2 players, it's like pretty solid. 3 players, it's like optimal. 4 players, well, to be fair, you can still get them on the the remote turrets. But there's a lot of things that ship can do, and as I said, it's like a nice troop gunship. Huh, nah. I don't do the backspace routine. The amount of... I find that backspacing, while it may save me some time, I feel... Yes, there's backspace in the middle of town. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if I was in Area 18, taking the tram isn't that slow. Like, it's not the fastest thing known to mankind, I agree, but, like... spam deathing is something... Oh, pigs here. No! Balls. No, it was the right one. Guess the service line's out. Oh well. Guess there's no lines going to the commons. Well, he's not from the space, not from New Babbage, not from Spaceport. Oh! Yeah. That took a while. Yeah, like the thing is, if we were in Area 18, I mean, as much as the trams take a while, they're not as slow as... They're not the slowest form of transport. I mean, well, they are if you actually have a comparison between Lorville and... actually, no. Tell a lie, I think Lorville is technically slower. You'd have to probably quote me on that. So don't quote me on that, but I think Lorville's subway system is technically the slowest. Technically. Like, I don't think there's a huge difference between Area 18's tram system and Lorville's train systems. Again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I'd like to think it's slightly faster than Lorville, just so I could throw another dagger at Lorville. I'm not biased to swear, I just fucking hate Lorville. Oh, God. To be fair, I just hate Hurston as a principle. It's like, hey, do you want to be an intelligent person? Do you want to have the ability to have an understanding of the verse? Anytime I use backspace is bug and we won't eat and drink. Well, yeah, that's fair. If your character can't eat and drink, then yeah, that makes sense that you would suicide. Though to be fair, also what I do is I try and get what I can done. Then make sure that I'm in a location that I'm not in any risk of losing my shit. Because obviously the issue right now is that we can die as many times as we want, but we lose all the shit that we're carrying at the time. And for a long time, I've not had the luxury of being able to just grab cash and be sorted again. Well, the new, the volumetric clouds. I like it. It definitely makes it a lot... Well, to be fair, the point of those clouds is it's meant to highlight just how polluted Hurston is. Hurston is just a shitty planet in general. Like, we don't want to celebrate Hurston. We need to shit on Hurston. And so the clouds shit on Hurston for us. Ooh. Oh, we do have shit. There you go. See? It works. So we have agricultural sup. So, yep, 36 units. Oh, yeah, true. So, yep. I made such a profit. Astacine. Okay, we sold that. Hydrogen. really piss poor amount of stuff here, but to be fair, we're only getting like tiny bits of it. But hey ho, every credit counts. One of these days, it's just going to be called UEC, and that'll be a one hell of a day. Oh, we get 106 UEC from that. So in total, I think we made about 500 additional profit on that. Yeah. We have successfully completed our mission. We can go home now. Oh, that's Cleo. I call bullshit though, because look at that. That's water. I don't see water on Cleo. No, sir. Unless that's what they're going to predict for the future. In which case, that'll be cool. But I don't think we'll see that. Ugh. There you go. So, success has been made. All these fucking ponces like doing all these exercises when there's literal jobs you can do. Lazy bastards. Are you... Sir, are you attempting to make a trader out of me? Are you attempting to make me trade? Do I have a ship that can do that? Bear with. I mean, I wouldn't be able to buy much. What vessels do I have with me? The raft? I could do the raft. Okay. Could give it a bash. To be fair, the question is, I've not really done trading before, so I don't know whether it's just because of the availability of these materials. I don't, because I hear a lot of people in trading talk about going over to outposts and stuff, but I'm not even going to question it. But we can have a look at. I mean, if you're okay with an Argo raft, I can roll and get some. Ooh. I probably don't know. I'd have to probably go some to be able to fill up a raft. But the concept is not whether or not I can fill a raft. It's more that I have a raft to put some titanium into a raft. Let's see if we can buy a raft. So we can only buy scrap and waste here. I could buy some scrap. Haha! I can fill a raft. Who said I couldn't fill a raft? No. To be fair, I don't think I'm going to need to buy that. What I can do is I can go to a training... if you know any decent locations on Microtech, we can have a little bash at that, if you're okay with me not shooting anything today. Is it worth me going to a Shuban mining facility, perhaps? We could go for it. No, I imagined scrap wouldn't. Well, tell you what, though. Here's a hypothetical question. Salvage. Scrap is going to probably be worth something in the future, right? Now, obviously, scrap is very, you know, different is good. Who the fuck came up with these things? Seriously. Like, I swear to God, whoever came up with these particular lines, you're either a former member of Apple, or you are genuinely thinking this is a good thing. But, you know, going back into the whole thing. Sorry, I was distracted by the stupid smugness of this place. That's one thing I kind of wish. That's the one thing that kind of drags this place down for me, is the amount of smugness here. But no, like if we're going back to the more important thing, let's talk about salvage. So, you know, salvaging, right? In the future, 3.18 is actually going to have the first iteration of salvaging. We're going to be having salvaging is going to be first thing is going to be implemented is the mining tool cutter, and we're going to be able to cut out some certain pieces of ships, and we're going to be able to repair certain things of the ships. So, you know, it's not going to be anything substantial. It's going to be something that we're going to have to just sort of learn to deal with. But eventually, the scrap and salvaging side of things may in fact start having a use, and here's where the trade of scrap and salvage comes in. Sure, most bits of salvage may in fact be considered useless at the moment, but think maybe a few patches down the line, maybe you could sell some salvage or scrap of a particular item to be able to get, say, fix a certain vessel, or perhaps build yourself a Drake interplanetary cutlass. Or you could do so much. You could build an entire fleet if you get enough salvage and duct tape. Or you could like build your own version of the 890 jump, because you know you're so fed up with being told you need money that you said, you know what, I don't need money, I need scrap. So I think salvaging and scrap and trading are probably going to be intertwined in the future. How much so? Well, obviously we won't know until it happens. But I reckon trading and salvaging are going to be kind of woven together, more than perhaps trading and salvaging and or mining might be. You know, maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know, maybe salvaging is the thing that weaves its way into everything. Who knows? Maybe that might be what we have to deal with. I concur. That would be nice. What you need is to change the Cutty's rear end, so instead of it being a pinched arsehole, instead it's an open sesame. Because right now the pinched arsehole of the Cutty Black just doesn't help at all when it comes to loading vehicles, when it comes to maneuvering stuff. The angle of the ramp is too steep, and the nature of the rear of the ship makes any kind of vehicular movement incredibly difficult, if not tedious. So something like that definitely needs to happen. Improving that would be a very good step. And I think, yes, I would concur. A Cutty with a Freelancer Max's ramp would be lovely. Rayari Deltana for tungsten might be good front for the raft. Where is this Rayari Deltana place then? Is this on Microtech? I mean, I probably won't be able to fill it up, but you know, if we have enough money. Excuse me. Outside of drinking tango, you belch more. Let me just have a look, see. Yep. Okay, sweet. Let me have a look. Whilst we're in the belly of the beast. Ah, yes, research outpost. Okay, I see. Yep. All right, let's go do that then, shall we? I've never done trading before in this game. That looks very Ninetales-y. Also, that's an image of a ship in the background. That's actually pretty fucking cool. I never noticed that till now.
The Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation meets innocent creativity.
Swear to God, I want to slap the person who came up with that line. Every time I hear it, I'm like, I want to slap you.
To the ASOT vehicle retrieval system.
Right, let me have a look, see. Get me Jaeger
Vehicle
raft.
selected. Stand by.
Be sure to visit Wally's bar at the promenade. Only a quick ride on
Your
the metro.
vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please
Right.
visit us again.
Let's see if we can do this. Ba-doop-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And skadoosh. Lovely. Ooh. And there she be, my sexy little Argo raft. Which in the future, I'm going to be able to do a lot more. You know, that thing almost looks like it's modular. It almost does look modular. Holy shit, I think it's modular. Yes? No? Almost looks like it is. Oh, they've opened the doors for us already. Nice. I do love this ship. I mean, to be fair, I'm an Argo Raft fanboy. Well, I'm an Argo fanboy. Argo Astronautics is my beauty. I love them. If it wasn't for the fact that I was a... If I had to say my absolute favourite career choice would be, it's probably... if it wasn't for the fact that I was more of a marine shooty-shoot, I think I would definitely be an Argo pilot.
Systems activating. Systems on.
You are clear to launch.
Landing gear up.
Eh? Huh. Argo raft ships are lovely. I saw a red dot there.
Thank you, and please visit again.
I'm a little edgy about that. I mean, we're in the zone after all, but it could be a target. Yeah, I see it. What are you flying? That's a red. Looks like there's a red and a white, so it looks like a pirate.
Contact.
Not I can do anything about it, but what is this dude? Well, let's not worry too much about it, as long as we can get ourselves out of Dodge. Right. Rayari Delta Research Center. There we go. Once we make it 10,000 meters, I'm assuming it's in meters, we can make a 180. Then, oh, we still need to exit out mode. Okay.
Contact. Contact.
Okay, I'm not liking the amount of contacts we're hearing.
Contact.
Is he following? Come on. Right, above. That should be high enough now. Best budget run for a microtech system. Yep, sounds like a plan.
Quantum trap engaged.
I've done a training run before. Yeah, Yeah, there's a fair amount of contacts. I don't know, to be honest with you, to answer your question. It probably has a few. Like, it probably has the standard amount. Yeah, 5 noise, 48 decoys, which I think is fairly... I think it's fairly universal for, like, how many decoys and, chaff... No, well, chaff and flares. I don't know why they call it decoy and noise. Chaff and flares. But I'm fairly convinced that that's a standard-ish loadout, really.
Quantum travel complete.
This is a lovely part of the planet. To be fair, if the Argo raft was ever attacked, I think I would stand a better chance of jumping outside the ship and shooting at them with my gun. Like, I'll be honest with you. The only defenses I've got are these 2 size 2, maybe size 3s. No, they're like size 2s. They gotta be size 2s. Like, these things are not, they're not that good, and they're not even working. Like, yeah. What weapons do I have? There you go. Yeah, guns not available. See, they're not even guns. There we go. I have cardboard cutout guns. They probably added guns when I bought the ship, because, you know, every ship in Star Citizen has guns. But then a bit like Oddball in Kelly's Heroes, I just have something that scares off the bandits. Dude, running away in an Argo raft would be impressive. I think if I ever escaped in an Argo raft from an enemy bandit, I think I should contact Chris Roberts and ask him to give me an F8 Lightning, because I don't think I'll ever see that again. Like, such a feat is the stuff of legends. I mean, it's doable. There's always been a... Did I just see... Is that an S sign on my compass? Holy fuck. Yeah, exactly. I'll tell him how I did it. I'll tell Chris Roberts how I did it, and I'll promise never to do it again in exchange for an F8 Lightning. Alright. Let's see. Oh, this is just how much I love this ship. It just flows. Yeah. Thud. Beautiful landing. Big button. Nanda. Lift. Work, please. Or is this that weird glitch again where you can't actually select the thing? Right, I know what I need to do. It's weird, but I think I can... Unless I've glitched it. We. Yeah, probably. I'll just preempt that. This is a very beautiful location. Can't shake the feeling I've been here before. I have. Oh my god, I have. Sorry, this was back when I was doing a training event with like BSI. Yeah, we were fucking around in cyclones. Yeah. Right. Which is the trading node? I'm assuming this is the right one. Oh, this is habitation. Well.
I appreciate that you want to search the cargo barge for the inverter, but first things first. We need the lieutenants eliminated from the other platforms if we want any chance of getting access to the commander's codes.
Right, so obviously it's a very nice. Oh, hello, loot. Do you have a gun? Do you have weapons? No, you just have a... Oh, you have some tools, though. Free tractor beam attachment. I'll snag you. What is this? Oh, orbit mining attachment as well. Nice. I mean, you can take your food. I'll take a little bit myself as well. Call it traveler's fee. Sunset. I'm guessing the trading node is... What's spire next to its door? I'm guessing this is it. There you go. Right, let's see. Select a location. Argo raft, tungsten, or diamond. Guess. I'll let you just. I'll query. What would you say? Tungsten or diamond? What would you say? What should I go for? I mean, we could go diamond. Diamonds are fairly valuable. And I can afford to fully... I can fully stock out diamonds. There you go. I have filled my kit with diamond. Now I have to figure out where to sell this. That's not reassuring. Fair enough. Right, let's the cargo's full. So where would I go to sell this? Oh, that's a point. I need to probably close this. Yes, right. Oh, you mean in Babbage? Okay, I can do that.
Engines on. Landing gear up.
It's no good coming here until we finish dealing with the rest of the Nine Tails lieutenants. Take care of them first, and then we can focus on finding the inverter.
Okay. Right, so head over to Microtech, sell the stuff. Sounds like a plan. Hopefully, there won't be that contact. Well, you never know. I might make some profit out of this. And voila.
Quantum travel engaged.
This is actually quite a soothing gameplay loop. Quite a nice little thing. It's almost like the farming simulator games, which, to be fair, I'm not going to lie, I'm beginning to see the value of that game, and it's scaring me, because part of me wants to go, I kind of want to play that game. And I'm like, I really shouldn't play that game, because it's one of those games which I know if I do get into, I'm going to be like, it'll be another game that I play for a little bit, like a bit of flavor of the month. But then I also might get so addicted to it, like, for example, Satisfactory. I had a bad run of addiction. Well, I would say addiction. There was a time when I played Satisfactory, which is a fantastic game, by the way. If you ever get the chance to play Satisfactory, it's a really good game. I'll admit I prefer Factorio over it, but I can't seem to play Factorio as long. Actually, no, to be fair, probably if I had like a proper die-hard session, I probably could go for it, but besides the point. So, years ago, I played Factorio. Satisfactory. It was my first ever factory sort of style game. And, what was it? The game itself, I was like kind of unaware of. I was just a bit like, oh, this game kind of looks cool. You can build a factory, and it's like that. You know, you can set a thing up, and it's kind of funky. And I mean, I still got the live stream saved, and I ended up playing that game. Like, oh, it was a Sunday, and I just thought to myself, okay, let's play this game, see what it's like. And at first, it was like going to be like maybe I think I was intending for like an hour, maybe 2 hour stream, something like that. Oh, that's not reassuring. He's still there. What's worse is he jitters about like a motherfucker. I don't like that at all. Let me try and see if I can find the stream on my phone whilst we're waiting, because we're not getting to the spaceport anytime soon. Oh god. Right. Satisfactory Mr. Jaeger. Because I did a little mini-series. I did a sort of series. Okay, so that was 3 hours. Was it really 3 hours? Can't be 3 hours. I mean, I'm watching a video. Was it really 3 hours? It does not feel like 3 hours. I feel like I played it more. Actually,
appreciate that you want to search the cargo barge for the inverter, but first things first. We need the lieutenants eliminated from the other platforms if we want any chance of getting access to the commander's codes.
Okay, so it turns out the first stream I did was like about 6. Okay, so yeah, it turns out my first live stream of Satisfactory was only like 3 hours long, which I remember it was longer. But my God, that game took me fucking that game. Oh, that game. It took a long time for me to complete it. Then again, I'm not the most intelligent of players, so there are probably things I could have done to improve it. Like organization-wise, I'm kind of a weird hybrid between OCD and lazy. OC lazy?
Proceed to assigned landing bay.
Low CD? Low CD. Last CD. Well, we will see. We will see. Yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna slow right the fuck down in case this door's not quite actually as open as it suggests it is. Can I get a boop boop? Ah, good. I wouldn't mind. But yeah, like Satisfactory, Factorio, yeah, Satisfactory was a really fun game. I will eventually, I mean, the fun part was, when I looked at the video, when I was just looking at what I was, when I started playing it, this was a few years ago. That was back when Update 3 had come out. Since then, Update 4, 5, and 6, which is on the horizon, will be coming out. So 3 major updates will have happened since that change. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna pop over back into that game once something else substantial has come along. I'm kind of holding reserve just a bit, just because obviously the big downside with Satisfactory is replayability. Once you've done one big sort of thing, it's really kind of hard to hop back into the game because the map doesn't change at all, which is one of the big advantages that Factorio has over. There you go.
Technology, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's basically. I might as well take my helmet off whilst I'm in Microtech. Looking for a good time, then don't go to fucking Lawville. Oh, that glitch. Okay. How weird sort of blur, 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 blur. I'm not entirely sure what we can do to try and fix this issue, but you know, once I have that issue with the character, it kind of makes it hard for me to eat and drink. It's doable, but I'm not entirely sure what causes that glitch, I'll be fair. Can I throw? No, I can only place. But I can put it in the bin. I should be able to chuck rubbish about, even if the guards have a go at me. But yeah, there was like three substantial updates for Satisfactory, which is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to when. I mean, then again, Factorio kind of nails it in the bud. Though to be fair, Factorio on the one hand is really awesome for that kind of thing. On the other, it's like I don't know. I mean, I think I could probably. I think probably I would enjoy a longer sort of play style session with Factorio, but will I be able to do an entire series? I don't know. We'll see. What do you prefer, Mr. Hayseed? or Mr. Super? Which would you
Hey,
prefer?
it's no good coming here until we finish dealing with the rest of the Nine Tails lieutenants. Take care of them first, and then we can focus on finding the inverter.
What would you? Two things. First of all, how should I call you? Farm boy, hayseed, super duper. And second, what would out of the two? What actually? I'm going to throw a third one in there. But out of the two that are listed, Satisfactory or Factorio, which do you prefer? And finally, have you ever played Farm Simulator 22? If so, is it worth it? Oh god, I'm really falling in that rabbit hole, aren't I? I think a good way to describe me is like that scene from Chicken Run, where they're in the oven and Rooster is, I can't remember his name, basically is falling consistently from one pie to another, and that's basically me with video games. It's just I'm almost free, and then another game kind of takes my fancy, and so I jump into that for a bit, and then I see another game that takes my fancy, and then I jump into that, and so eventually you just have a room full of half mangled pies. Oh, fair enough. I mean, if you like a management game, I mean, I could wholeheartedly recommend both. Okay, so I think it's easier to probably describe Factorio first than Satisfactory. So Factorio is basically a game where you are set. It sets you on a planet, and you are an engineer. Your ship has crash landed, and your job is to basically build an automated factory, and eventually launch a rocket into space. And that's the mission. And that is essentially your mission to complete. And so the unique part about Factorio is a lot of the goals that are the goals, if you will, in the game are more self-set. So, for example, you could spend a large amount of time making sure that your train lines are running efficiently as possible by getting all of the train lines to work in a particular rotation, or you could spend some time improving the productivity of your iron plate production or your electrical circuit production. And again, a lot of these reasons why the game is so addictive and why people call it Cracktorio is because it's something that just absorbs time. It's something that you don't realize it's 4 o'clock in the morning until you look at the time. Like, it's literally a game where you'll be like, okay, so it's about 7 o'clock in the evening. I'm just going to play for a couple of hours, and then I'm going to go to bed because I've got work tomorrow morning. And so you start the game, you play for a little bit, you look at the clock, and it's 5 in the morning. The sun is coming up, and your eyes are fucking hurting. And you're just like, where did the time go? Right, so, Argo Raft, 7.35 a unit. I lost money from that. Because I paid about 78k. Actually, no, I didn't. I earned money from that. I can't remember. No, it was about 50 something, wasn't it? Yes, 58,000. So I sold for 70,000. Which should give me a nice tidy profit. Yes, I have a profit of about 140. I have about 45, which you were right, about 10. Yeah, so about 10k. There you go. That was fun. That's pretty fun. Yeah. Yeah, true. I mean, I was running at about 100 about 10k profit. Well, there you go. I've learned something. Wow. Someone is version 1. So look.
appreciate that you want to search the cargo barge for the inverter, but first things first. We need the lieutenants eliminated from the other platforms if we want any chance of getting access to the commander's codes.
So this was the OG micro. Sure. Got one more run in me. We might as well give it a bash. If you're okay watching me not really do much this stream, but I'm down for another run. I mean, when 3.18 comes along, I'm going to be probably doing more trading runs, but this is a good practice, I suppose. I suppose with all the shooty shoot people running about, all I need to do is just mind my own. There you go. But no, like, so Factorio basically, yeah, so basically it's a 2D, it's like a top-down 2D game, but it isn't really, it would be Rayari, can't well clear. Gotcha. So yeah, basically, then with the thing with Factorio that's also quite nice is that it's quite it's a very well designed game that really is supported by, it's built by software engineers, for software engineers effectively. Because the modding support and community support is so well integrated that a big patch can come along which implements a larger amount of content, and almost no mods will have suffered catastrophic issues that result in them like not being viable. The only thing that would effectively stop the mods. Maybe. I mean, bearing in mind, because there's no persistence from this patch to 3.18, I may be in a bit of a lucky plume. So I may end up having, I may not need to, there may not be anyone trying to grab it, but we'll see. We will see. But no, the game itself is extremely fun, and depending on how you go, there's certain ways you can upgrade your there's like certain ways that you can upgrade the factory. Like you can have it so that you have drones like robots sort of fulfilling your supply needs. You could have no drones and just belts. You could have trains. It's a great experience for that. So Satisfactory is kind of like, is 3D Factorio. So basically you're sent, so it's similar, and it's a similar concept, but instead of being, crash landing on a planet and you have to make a sort of an automated factory, you're sent by a corporation to basically turn the wildlife and the landscape into a productive autonomous factory. And I forgot to mention, in Factorio, you also have to contend with a large sort of bug hive population, which if you want, you can set it so that they're quite aggressive. So they can basically come to your place and raid it and attack it and try and destroy your factory and all that jazz. And it's a very sort of like, you have to balance, depending on how you set the game up, you have to balance like how much do you expand your factory versus how far and how easily can you defend it. Anyway, going back to Satisfactory, it's kind of an easier version because you don't really have to deal with a large sort of bug swarm AI attacking you. You do have to deal with hostile wildlife, but it's only if you go into their hives that you start encountering problems. What else? You also have it's a 3D game, so you'll be, it's a first-person perspective and everything. And there you go. So while you are like, it's not as you don't get to do as much of a grandiose thing to start with at first. You can still like
Hey, it's no good coming here until we finish dealing with the rest of the Ninetales lieutenants. Take care of them first, and then we can focus on finding the inverter.
Activating. Systems on.
Right. So Cleo and Riari Cantwell, which is over there.
You are clear to launch.
But, you know, in Satisfactory, there are belts, there are drones. I've been locked, apparently. Why, I don't know, but I have been locked. Probably a new player. But yeah, so both games have equal levels of, yeah, so both Satisfactory and Factorio have their own equal enjoyment sort of vibes, and both skill sets, you know, you don't need to be good at one game to be able to play the other. I mean, I won't lie, Satisfactory is way more lenient to a newer player than Factorio, but then again, Factorio also has incredible tutorials, and it, you know, walks you through the entire process. So there's at no point can you sort of get confused. But no, there's recently a few friends of mine on BSI. There was one guy who was playing Farm Simulator 2022, and I was looking at it, and at first I was just thinking, oh, you know, it's a farming game, what do you want about? And then he was like, oh, but, you know, you can customize your farm. And I'm like, well, that's actually kind of cool. And like, it's really satisfying just watching this guy. I was just watching my friend. He was just plowing a field, getting it all sorted, customizing, you know, getting rid of a... Why do I have a red marker? Okay, we're good. I just realized I'm not wearing a helmet. Whoops. Right, well, before I land, before I get off at Clio, I gotta balls. Fantastic. Yeah, I just realized I don't have a freaking helmet on. Well, Mr. Jaeger's a dumbass. I do, yes. I hope. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to find out in a second by getting off this seat once we've... I mean, worst case scenario, I don't suppose... Right. Just going to hover above this particular plateau.
I appreciate that you want to search the cargo barge for the inverter, but first things first. We need the lieutenants eliminated from the other platforms if we want
Yes.
any chance of getting access to the commander's codes.
There we go. Yes, I do in fact have a helmet. Woo! That was close. That would suck. Really suck. Right. Yeah. I suppose the thing that kind of intrigues me the most about games like Farm Simulator is it's probably something that you could just hop on and like spend half an hour, 20 minutes just fucking around, like either just fucking around, or how probably I would go is just slowly but surely methodically improving your place until eventually you have like a solid farm which gives you a decent crop rotation and decent profit return. Kind of like trading in Star Citizen. Wonder... Oh, is this an ice planet as well? Probably. Well, they're all going to be ice planets, Jaeger. I do apologize. My brain has apparently decided to come out of my nose. What? What? I think the game just died. Unless a patch just come out. I've just been thrown back to menu. No frame losses. So, basically, I don't know what happened, but the game decided to effectively shit itself? Like, the game just... Basically, my character... I couldn't really see much. The lights wouldn't work. And then... No, true. But the game basically shot me back to menu. So it looks like the server died. Like, aggressively. Well, there you go. Well, it is coming up to like 22:11, so I probably should, like, considering how much time that'll take to probably do the same thing, this is probably a good enough point to wrap the stream up, because we've been going for a few hours now. So, good news, apart from that major hiccup at the end, I can, in fact, stream Star Citizen. Woo! Probably rarely... I'm probably going to have to focus on... I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to have to, like... I'm probably going to have to, like... be extremely careful what I can do. And sadly, I don't think I'm going to be able to do much of the new stuff. But considering I'm going to be having to go away for a week in August anyway, I'm not going to go too heavy on the streaming side of things. But once I get paid next month, I'm going to be definitely investing in improving the computer in terms of RAM and CPU. So once I get all of that stuff sorted, I should be able to basically start the game up no trouble and have higher quality frames and be able to stream the nicer shit, which is pretty fucking cool. But I thank you all so very much for tuning in. Thank you, Mr. Super Duper Hayseed Farm Boy, for hopping in and saying hello and teaching me the values of trading. I do want to express a desire to learn trading more in depth when 3.18 pops out, but at the same time, we obviously... Yeah, they are as well. To be fair, they are, which is actually quite nice. I can't afford it just yet, but next payday, I shall, and oh boy, am I gonna get those dem pay parts. yeah, I'm hoping that, you know, the direct debits and all the other jazz won't be too much of a problem, and I could just have my cake and sort of eat it. But anyway, I will. Thank thank you very much, and thank you very much for the feedback. As I said, this is the first real stream I've got with this system, so hopefully I'll be able to stream this game more, and maybe a couple of other games besides, but primarily this game I want to try and get into streaming. Then once I've upgraded the rig, I should be able to do more streaming and more awesome stuff. So thank you once again for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you'd like to see more of this kind of content, I do run a YouTube channel, which I'm recently sort of getting back into the swing of things. So you should be, I think I've had my recent upload today as well. So if you like this stuff, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, clicking on the like button and on subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one. This is, oh, they do. Yeah, I've got like eyes on AMD or the new Intel series, but to be fair, the other half of the tail is what was the other issue? Oh yeah, they cost. Well, no, I think the AMDs were the ones that ran hot, and the other ones just consume a lot of power. So we'll see. But anyway, I'll catch you all in the next one. This is Mr.